I actually have been someone who's been in glasses since the second grade, and went into contacts in my teens, of course. I had astigmatism in both eyes, and the older I got, when I had to switch to contacts that treated astigmatism, I found them to be very uncomfortable. I wasn't seeing clearly. Halfway through the day, my vision was getting worse, and I just was very frustrated with that. And I knew several people that had had the procedure done, and then my mom had it done. And I thought, if she can do it, I can do it. So I made the choice quickly. I was quite nervous. That's why I took several months to research. And I actually was very nervous about someone touching my eye. I never really was comfortable with that even with my eye doctor. Allowed me to actually watch the procedures if I chose to, and I did, and felt quite comfortable that I could get through it, and it would be pain-free, and it would be quick and easy, as it was. I came with a lot of questions, and they offered me a chance to just give me written materials, watch procedures, talk to other patients. I did all of those things. And I had all of those references to go back to, as other questions came up, and they were always available by phone to answer any questions I had. So they made themselves very available to me, and made me feel quite a bit at ease that if at any point I had any nervousness or any misgivings about the whole thing, that they would stop, talk to me some more until I was ready and felt comfortable. I was quite nervous about the discomfort and potential for discomfort. And actually, the procedure itself was pain-free. I was fully conscious, but they had given me something for anxiety prior to, so I was a little more relaxed. And during the procedure, there wasn't any feeling of pain. There was some pressure. I could tell that they were working around my eye, but no pain at all. Even after the procedure was finished, they do cover your eyes with patches. For that evening. It was done late in the day, so for the evening I was to wear patches. There was a scratchy feeling to my eyes, but not pain at all, not even the next day. They told me that I should expect it to be pain-free and just a little scratchiness, maybe dry eye, but I wasn't sure if I could believe them, and it certainly was that way. I did not experience any pain per se. There was a little pressure, dry eyes, and scratchiness, that's it. You're allowed to take off the patches, which I did, and you have some ointment in your eyes, so it's a little bit blurry, but once that clears through, I saw right away. I could see across the room. I could see without glasses on, without contacts in. I could wake up in the morning and see my alarm clock. It was fantastic right off the bat, and I didn't expect that to be immediate, and it was. I could get up immediately, go make the coffee. I didn't have to have any of my contact solution, rinse my eyes, get my eyes ready for the day. It was immediate. As soon as I opened my eyes in the morning, everything was just clear, and very clear, actually much clearer than with my contacts before the procedure. I never minded glasses or contacts until I became uncomfortable in that specialized lens. But now I can travel without having to make sure I've got all my solutions and a backup pair of glasses. Toward the end of the day, if it's a long day into the evening, my eyes would get dry, I would have a problem, need to put some drops in. I don't need to do any of those things. So I can be much more free. My vision, my peripheral vision is clear no matter where I look. I don't have to turn my head because the glasses are on. Everything is clear as a bell, far away, close up. And I actually had moved into bifocal lenses the last several years, and they couldn't guarantee I would be able to see both clearly. I may need reading glasses, but the results were I did not. I can see both without glasses at all. The cost of having all of your contact solutions, you're having to make sure that you have the next pair ready when it's time to switch them. I always had to make sure I had a backup pair available. I always had to make sure I had solutions available somewhere in my desk, in my car. Not only do I not have to make sure I have them in a safe place where they're not going to get crushed, but also I can see so much clearer in all periphery. It's made me much more spontaneous. If I do choose, I enjoy traveling, and if I do choose to travel on this spur of the moment, I can do so without having to go through the checklist of all the things I needed for my glasses or contacts, and both, because I'd have to take both. Also, I can swim without a problem. Goggles never really worked for me. I don't have to worry about that anymore. When I do some of my aerobic workouts, that was a problem with my contacts. That's gone. And I work with children, and on the floor in their homes, and that sometimes was problematic. Things get tossed, they hit you in the face, and with glasses, kids love to pull those off. All of that has disappeared, and I can see clearly. It was one of the greatest gifts I gave to myself. It was an investment, but it was one of the best choices I ever made. So I see clearer now than I ever have before, than I can ever remember. My one eye is better than 20/20, my other eye is 20/20. I can see distance close, I can read a book in the evening without getting any eye strain. I can go to the beach, read my book, look up, look out into the ocean, see people out in the water. Everything is clear as day, and I never could do that before. This laser surgery has changed the way that I'm able to live my life in terms of being more spontaneous, in terms of being freer and feeling freer with what I can see, my confidence when I'm driving, my confidence when I'm interacting with the children I work with, not having to be on my guard so my glasses don't get hit or I don't get something poked in my eye. So for that reason, it's just made a huge difference in my life in terms of my being able to be relaxed, comfortable, and feel confident. We tell them to do a lot of research, get a lot of information, talk to people that have had it done. That was what made the biggest difference for me, talking to people who have been there, done that, finding out what their experience was, getting reassured that it really is very safe, very simple. Have them talk to a doctor and take all of their questions, and find a doctor that they feel comfortable answers all those questions and is very willing to talk to any of the anxieties that you have. It's a very quick procedure, and it's a lifetime of clear, free vision. So it's very much worth it. I interviewed several doctors, both in the area where I live, and I chose to travel. It's more than an hour's drive on a very busy highway to get here, and I've never been sorry that I traveled this far to deal with this office and his staff. They've been wonderful, and any questions I have along the way, any referrals that I make, they're always very friendly, always answering any questions that I have or any of my friends have. If my daughter does choose to have this done and she wants to, this will be where I bring her. I've been very, very comfortable and very pleased with this office. Actually, that was one of the biggest surprises I had after the surgery. I expected to feel like something was missing. It was a big chunk of my morning and my night, not having to do the whole contact thing, not having to make sure I had those glasses on hand. And I thought I would not miss that, certainly, but recognized that that was a difference, a shift. And within a week, I had forgotten that I ever needed to do those things because felt just so much more natural to be able to open my eyes and see. And I kind of forgot after 35 years of using glass contacts, I don't need them anymore, and it felt just normal. I can read before bed without my reading glasses. I can look across the room. I could drive. I can do all of the things that my eyes had to shift and focus, and I had to wait a split second, but that split second can mean a lot when you're driving a car. And I don't have any of those issues anymore.